Every year, Call of Duty fans can expect the release of a new game, and the same holds true for 2021. Following a string of leaks, Activision has now officially confirmed Call of Duty Vanguard, the latest entry in the long-running first-person shooter series, pulling the curtain back on what fans can expect from its campaign, multiplayer, and zombies modes, along with its release date and much more. To kick off its Call of Duty Vanguard marketing push, Activision released a new trailer establishing the game's World War II setting and the tone it's going for with its campaign and characters. The trailer is mostly cinematic, features some of the usual high-octane Call of Duty action, and concludes by confirming the release date. As previously leaked, the Call of Duty Vanguard release date is November 5th across PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. The trailer also includes a look at some of the Call of Duty Vanguard pre-order bonuses. PlayStation users that pre-order Call of Duty Vanguard will have early access to the open beta, whereas everyone that pre-orders digitally will get the Night Raid Mastercraft gun instantly for use in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War and Call of Duty Warzone, regardless of their platform of choice. The Call of Duty Vanguard reveal trailer doesn't reveal a ton of information about the game, but Activision provided additional details. The Call of Duty Vanguard story campaign will feature 4 playable characters, while the multiplayer will be launching with a whopping 20 maps. 16 of these Call of Duty Vanguard multiplayer maps will be traditional maps, whereas 4 of them will be reserved for the 2v2 gunfight mode, returning from Call of Duty Modern Warfare. In addition to maps, Sledgehammer has also made a point to offer fans more ways to play. To this end, Vanguard will have a more advanced version of the Gunsmith and Caliber systems, which Activision promises will bring immersive and reactive environments to a new level. Things like mounted weapons can be moved, and maps will have breakable elements like weak structures or wood, to open new vantage points and paths. In addition, the fan-favorite game mode Gunfight, a 2v2 multiplayer mode originally introduced inside the 2019 release of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, is also getting upgraded. Now known as Champion Hill, the press release hints that this gunfight variant mixes battle royale elements with the small, fast-paced action it has become known for. 8 teams battle in a series of head-to-head battles across 4 maps, with the winners being the last team standing. Players can enter as solo, duos, or trios. Gunfight isn't the only thing returning from Call of Duty Modern Warfare. As previously leaked, Call of Duty Vanguard is using Modern Warfare's engine, a choice that will likely be met with enthusiasm from the community, as many seem to prefer it over the one used in Black Ops Cold War. Speaking of Black Ops Cold War though, it seems Treyarch will be the one handling zombies maps in Call of Duty Vanguard. Activision has confirmed that Call of Duty Vanguard will have zombies, with the mode and its maps designed by Black Ops developer Treyarch as opposed to Sledgehammer Games, which is the studio leading the charge on the rest of Vanguard's development. This new zombies mode for Call of Duty Vanguard is being described as a franchise-first crossover, implying that zombies mode remains a Treyarch Black Ops fixture, but is crossing over to bolster Vanguard's diverse game modes. Early gameplay details are unfortunately scant, though Treyarch does confirm that it'll be a cooperative multiplayer zombies mode just like it is on its other Call of Duty games. Zombies fans can expect a detailed preview of the game mode leading up to Halloween. One big question that zombies players are likely pondering is just how this crossover game mode for Call of Duty Vanguard will tie into the ongoing Zombies story. Zombies' Dark Ether storyline is at a climax and fans of the mode don't want to miss anything, so they'll definitely be curious how this crossover fits in. According to Treyarch, the Call of Duty Vanguard Zombies mode isn't necessarily a continuation of Dark Ether, but it does intertwine. Fans can expect plenty of exciting lore, but it may only be indirectly related to the other zombie modes. Otherwise, the brief description of Zombies mode in Call of Duty Vanguard promises a very traditional zombies experience. It may seem like a ripe opportunity to mix up the zombies experience, or to try something new, since it's not a full Treyarch game. But that doesn't seem to be the goal. It seems like Activision Blizzard just sees zombies as popular, so it wants to bring it into more Call of Duty games. One other exciting aspect of Call of Duty Vanguard that could interest zombies players is that the game will feature full crossplay, cross-progression, and cross-gen support at launch. That means zombies players will be able to group up with all of their friends, regardless of platform, or even swap platforms on the fly and not lose any progression. Following the reveal of Vanguard inside Call of Duty Warzone, Activision and developer Sledgehammer Games have begun to lay out the features this year's entry will offer, among which is its take on the traditional single-player campaign. According to their description, the series' next foray into World War II will be told through multiple perspectives. The campaign this time around will feature 4 different playable protagonists, whose skills and contributions will help give rise to modern-day special forces, while allowing players to experience the conflict across all of World War II's major fronts. The 4 protagonists will consist of British paratrooper Sergeant Arthur Kingsley, Russian sniper Lieutenant Paulina Petrova, U.S. Navy Scout Captain Wade Jackson, and Australian infantryman 2nd LT Lucas Riggs. This multinational crew of original operators will come together to combat Project Phoenix, a Nazi plan to preserve power after the fall of Hitler, and through their interweaving stories, Call of Duty Vanguard players will take part in influential conflicts across Europe's western and eastern fronts, the Pacific, and North Africa. Along with its announcement on the official Call of Duty blog, Activision has been sharing additional details regarding the campaign with gaming publications. One of the things touched upon is the story's adherence to real-world history, and although much of it is inspired by actual events, with the 4 protagonists each being based on real people, the overall plot about Project Phoenix will rely on a fair amount of artistic license. Activision has teased that Vanguard's campaign will boast bombastic action, with deeply engaging and raw gameplay, so players can expect the usual amount of intense set pieces and shootouts from the next Call of Duty. But it looks like there will be different types of gameplay as well, as multiple publications are reporting that one mission will have players, as Sergeant Kingsley, dropping into enemy territory unarmed, forcing them to move stealthily and choose which enemies to take out carefully. Call of Duty Vanguard fans have a lot to look forward to, as more of the game is set to be shown at Gamescom in just a few days' time. However, those that cannot wait until then are in luck, as a reputable leaker has detailed the multiplayer gameplay they have seen for Call of Duty Vanguard. The leaked info comes straight from @The Ghost of Hope, a source that was proven correct on several Call of Duty Vanguard details that they had made public ahead of the reveal. Since then, the leaker has only been sharing more info with fans, such as specific event dates and upcoming Call of Duty Warzone skins. Most intriguingly, he has confirmed that they have seen raw gameplay of the 2021 release, with the leaker explaining what they saw in vivid detail. The Call of Duty leaker seems unsure of the TTK, but based on what they have seen, it seems like Call of Duty Vanguard will offer something like Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War in this regard. As such, players can expect longer gunfights, as that game features a time to kill that is significantly higher than something like Call of Duty Modern Warfare. The leaker also suggests that the game will be visually similar to the original Black Ops, while a combat pacing system will allow players to choose whether they play in tactical matches with less players or more action-heavy playlists with several opponents. Call of Duty Vanguard will apparently feature some variant of the iconic AK-47. Obviously, it will be period-appropriate, with the leaker suggesting that it is either the AK-46 or is-44. Another post saw the insider mentioning that some form of gas grenade was used, with the poison being reminiscent of what was seen in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. They furthered this comparison by saying that the gunplay is reminiscent of that title as well, which makes sense due to the same engine being used. Alongside discussion of a mounting and blind fire system, with the latter letting players fire their gun over cover without actually looking. The insider thinks that the feature will be a positive, as it opens extra lanes and sight lines in Call of Duty Vanguard's 20 multiplayer maps. They also feel that shotguns will be a major help, as they supposedly destroy structures in one shot if hit in the right spot. Details are continuing to come forth about Sledgehammer Games' next foray into the franchise, and the most recent interesting tidbit about this World War II shooter is that it will utilize the same engine from 2019's Modern Warfare. Call of Duty Modern Warfare employed a brand new engine for the series, but with a quick turnaround, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War did not use the same technology. However, Vanguard is set to use the same next-gen engine as 2019's Call of Duty Modern Warfare in an attempt to push boundaries technologically. This boost could even help Call of Duty Vanguard be the highest-selling game of 2021. According to information that came with today's announcements, the engine will allow Call of Duty Vanguard to be fully optimized and deliver photorealistic visual fidelity. The characters in Vanguard will be lifelike, and the performance will be enhanced to improve the gameplay in a tangible way. Whether or not all of this comes to pass is yet to be seen, but Sledgehammer appears to be reaching for great heights, and the team has the backing of the newest engine to assist it. In terms of improved gameplay thanks to enhanced performance, a few things that were already noted is the fact that Call of Duty Vanguard will be fully integrated with Warzone on day one and come with crossplay and cross-progression. Further details on the specs, features such as field of view settings, ray tracing, and things like that will certainly come in time. However, the fact that the game uses the same engine as Modern Warfare should mean that the integration is a bit smoother with Warzone, which is certainly nice. 2019's Call of Duty Modern Warfare helped set the stage for $3 billion in net bookings over a 12-month period for Call of Duty. Along with the game's overall design, the engine was a big part of the success of the title. For Call of Duty Vanguard, it is off to a good start simply by attaching itself to Modern Warfare's engine. Of course, there will be much more that comes with the game being a hit. But if the game can utilize next-gen technology to look and perform at a high level, then has a chance to be successful. Call of Duty fans are spoiled for announcements this week. Call of Duty Vanguard was obviously the biggest and most exciting announcement of the past few days, but several follow-up announcements have followed since. Confirmation of a Treyarch-developed Zombies mode for Call of Duty Vanguard was a big reveal. The confirmation of 20 maps for multiplayer at launch was also very well received. Now, Activision Blizzard is back with another announcement, confirming Call of Duty Vanguard's alpha details. Call of Duty Vanguard will have its first official test within a week, Activision Blizzard has now confirmed. The dates of Call of Duty Vanguard's alpha will be 10 a.m. Pacific Time on August 27th through 10 a.m. Pacific Time on August 29th. The one major catch is that the alpha is exclusive to players on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Other platforms will have to wait for a later test. As a plus, the Call of Duty Vanguard alpha won't require a PlayStation Plus subscription. Alpha players will also be rewarded for downloading Call of Duty Vanguard's upcoming test. It'll be the first opportunity to try out Call of Duty Vanguard's new game mode, Champion Hill. Champion Hill is a unique competitive multiplayer mode where 8 teams compete in a round-based round-robin, with bye rounds in between combat rounds. In that way, it adds a layer of Counter-Strike-like strategy to standard Call of Duty action. Defeating opposing teams will take from their lives, with the winning team outlasting all opponents. Playlists for the Champion Hill game mode that will be available in the Call of Duty Vanguard Alpha include 2v2 and 3v3. As such, the alpha will presumably have matchmaking that forms teams, so that everyone can participate in Champion Hill, as not all players have teams for themselves. Activision Blizzard clearly sees potential in this mode to be competitive with other online multiplayer games, perhaps even Battle Royale titles. The developers have described Champion Hill as a multi-arena survival tournament. Players will compete with 7 other squads in groups of 2 or 3, with each team having a limited number of starting lives. The objective is to reduce the total lives of all other squads to 0. This mode is similar to the new Rivals mode in Ghost of Tsushima Legends, that is releasing on September 3rd. In Champion Hill, all players start with the same loadout, but collect cash for defeating enemies and picking up drops that are spread across the map. As expected, the cash will allow players to upgrade their arsenal and unlock new perks as well as kill streaks. The Champion Hill arena consists of a central buying station and all 4 maps: Airstrip, Trainyard, Market, and Courtyard. According to the blog post, members of a defeated squad can choose to enter Spectate mode, which will give them a bird's-eye view of the action. The blog post then goes on to share some tips that can help players survive in this latest addition to the Call of Duty franchise. Champion Hill seems like a fun concept that will add more variety to the already respectable number of game modes that ship with every Call of Duty release. It should act as a great complement to the core multiplayer set of modes, but it is too early to determine if Champion Hill will manage to form a dedicated audience of its own. As for preloading, Activision Blizzard isn't ready to confirm how big Call of Duty Vanguard's download will be yet. Early evidence hints it could be very large. PlayStation Alpha players will find out for themselves when preloads unlock on August 23 at 3 a.m. Pacific Time. No further information has been provided regarding future Call of Duty Vanguard tests, but there is some other evidence to discuss. The most important thing is that this alpha test is not the previously announced PlayStation exclusive test. As such, there will still be PlayStation-only open beta period just for pre-orderers. With this in mind, PC and Xbox Call of Duty fans will have to wait through 2 different tests before the open beta reaches them. Call of Duty Vanguard is now listed on the Microsoft Store for pre-order, which confirms the game's file sizes on Xbox One and Xbox Series X. Since Call of Duty Vanguard is a cross-gen game, it will have a cross-gen bundle for $69.99 that gets players both versions. The Call of Duty Vanguard cross-gen bundle has a file size listed at a jaw-dropping 270.05 GB, but it seems that is counting literally everything in the bundle, meaning both the Xbox One version of Call of Duty Vanguard as well as the Xbox Series X version of Call of Duty Vanguard. In reality, the Call of Duty Vanguard file sizes on Xbox One and Xbox Series X are much smaller than that, though still fairly big compared to most video games on the market. On Xbox One, fans can expect the Call of Duty Vanguard file size to be about 75 GB. Meanwhile, the estimated Call of Duty Vanguard file size on Xbox Series X is listed at 95 GB, which makes sense as that version of the game will likely be more graphically intensive. Call of Duty Vanguard is shooting for photorealistic graphics, and that level of ambition typically comes with larger file sizes. But if they use the Kraken compression technique on the PlayStation 5, it will be much smaller in size, maybe close to 45 to 50 GB. The Call of Duty file sizes have been getting out of control in recent years, with the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War file size ballooning to ridiculous heights since launch. It's likely that anyone that wants to have more than one Call of Duty game installed on their systems will need to invest in some kind of storage upgrade. Otherwise, Call of Duty fans may want to make it a habit of uninstalling the old Call of Duty game when the new one comes out. When one considers the sheer amount of content in Call of Duty games, though, the large file sizes make a lot of sense. When the beta arrives, those who pre-ordered Call of Duty Vanguard for PlayStation platforms will get to play before everyone else. As for what the PlayStation exclusivity window will look like when it eventually arrives, there's a bit of fine print that details what Call of Duty fans can expect. The exclusivity will apparently start at least 5 days on PlayStation before the beta expands to other platforms. It says it'll be available on PlayStation 5 days earlier, but it doesn't say it'll be playable for 5 days before other platforms. With the officially announced information for Call of Duty Vanguard's beta covered, there is some unconfirmed leaked information worth considering as well. The Modern Warzone's social media account leaked several key dates ahead of the reveal being announced, including the now proven date of the reveal itself. The other dates include mention of both a PlayStation exclusive alpha and beta. The PlayStation Alpha runs from August 27 through 29, and the PlayStation Beta will run from September 10 through 12. The beta for all will then run from September 16 through 20. These dates have not been officially confirmed yet. Further details about Activision Blizzard's plans for Call of Duty Vanguard's betas haven't been shared yet, so it isn't clear what content will be available in the shooter's various betas. It could be just Call of Duty Vanguard's base multiplayer, or it could delve into some of the game's other modes. Expect to hear more in the next week, if the leaks are correct.
Pre-order now and get early access to the open beta. Digital pre-orders get instant access to the Night Raid, Mastercraft, and Black Ops, Cold War, and Warzone.
Moving forward, we have an unfortunate and disgusting situation to deal with, as 343 Industries confirms that the upcoming Halo Infinite will be missing campaign co-op and other important features at launch. Halo Infinite was originally meant to be a launch title for the Xbox Series X, but those plans were delayed and the game's release date was pushed back by an entire year. A specific Halo Infinite release date still has yet to be announced by 343 Industries or Microsoft, but the developers are committed at making sure it launches this holiday season. Unfortunately, this means that the game will be launching without some fan favorite and basic features. 343 Industries recently released a new development update video on Halo Infinite, confirming that the game will be launching without campaign co-op or Forge. While some fans will be pleased to learn that this means they will still get to play Halo Infinite this year, others will be very disappointed at the lack of co-op. This is effect of releasing games day and date on services, where the content is cut down, and they will just spoon-feed content over time to keep players in the Game Pass service. Co-op has been integral to Halo's DNA since the very first game launched in 2001, and it has been a consistent feature since then, with support for both online and offline co-op. The only main series Halo game to ditch split-screen co-op was Halo 5 Guardians, an admitted mistake that will supposedly be rectified with Halo Infinite, but not at launch. The Halo series has a history of supporting co-op multiplayer in its campaigns, even after other popular first-person shooter series stopped supporting it. Depending on who's asked, some even argue that the game's campaigns are best experienced with another player, as the earlier title's AI companions often leave a lot to be desired. Additionally, Halo 3's campaign was specifically made with co-op in mind, as Master Chief and the Arbiter spend the entire length of the game back-to-back shooting their way out of each discrete situation. Every Halo game except for Halo 5 Guardians supported campaign co-op, which is why when Halo 5 launched without it, the franchise's community was vocal about wanting it to be reinstated. While 343 wasn't able to include it for Halo 5 Guardians, the studio promised that campaign co-op would return for Halo Infinite. After today's news, it's clear that, while the co-op option will be incorporated, but it might be a little too late. Because co-op will be coming to Halo Infinite post-launch, 343 is technically keeping its promise to include it. However, that doesn't mean the studio will be getting any sort of goodwill for it, quite the opposite, in fact. After delaying Halo Infinite's release by a whole year, we are expecting the studio to deliver the best entry in the series so far, and omitting co-op for the game's launch is one major way that the game is getting off on the wrong foot. Due to Halo's history of multiplayer campaigns, many fans have returned to the series with each subsequent entry to play through the games with a friend. Halo 5's omission of the feature felt like the studio was starting to cut what makes the series so special to so many fans, and with Infinite's delayed co-op campaign, it feels like that might be continuing. Sure, fans looking to play the campaign together will be able to do so eventually, but there's a certain level of excitement that comes with playing a game right when it launches that will disappear for co-op-centric fans who wait to play the campaign 3 months after its release. 343 is still technically keeping its promise to include co-op, but we all know that they intentionally cut the content to only give it later as the Game Pass service grows. While 3 months might not seem like a long time for those planning to play Halo Infinite's campaign with a buddy, it certainly feels longer since the campaign will be available for everyone else. Additionally, it's not only a 3-month wait, but a 3-month wait added on top of a 12-month wait that saw fans growing excited to experience the title with a friend as promised. Forge, meanwhile, is a tool that lets Halo players create their own maps and other content in the game. 343 didn't provide an exact timeframe when we can expect co-op or Forge to be added to the game, but the hope is campaign co-op comes in Season 2 and Forge is added in Season 3. And with new seasons coming every 3 months, that means it's highly likely that Halo Infinite won't have co-op until 2022. Halo Infinite is a live service game, which means that it will receive a number of major updates throughout the course of its lifetime. Besides major new modes like co-op campaign and Forge, players can also look forward to regular content updates for the multiplayer as well. In fact, 343 has already detailed its plans for Halo Infinite Multiplayer's Season 1, which will add new content based on Halo Reach. There's no denying that the lack of campaign co-op and Forge is going to hurt Halo Infinite's appeal, and also its free-to-play nature wouldn't help them because they are competing with Call of Duty, which is a whole complete package, and Battlefield and also Splitgate. These practices of releasing half-ass games with cut content must be stopped by all means. I asked the Halo community to request Xbox to delay the game into 2022, so the game can be delivered as a complete package. The technical preview of Halo is not that impressive, and the game does not look demanding. This may be the last chance to save Halo, the flagship franchise of Xbox. Otherwise, Halo could end up in a disaster, and future games from Xbox like Fable and Perfect Dark will also follow this path. Xbox fanboys, who are capping for this, must criticize Xbox and raise their voice to save Halo. The original Quake launched in 1996 and became one of the most influential first-person shooters ever made. The landmark release still has its fans 25 years later, but now everyone will get to play an updated version of the FPS classic. At QuakeCon 2021, Bethesda has confirmed the rumors, surprise launching a Quake Remaster that is now available for users to download across numerous platforms. The Quake Remaster is currently available on PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch, with plans to bring it to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X at a later date through a free next-gen Next upgrade. Xbox Game Pass subscribers and those that already own the original game on PC through Steam or Bethesda can play for free, but otherwise it costs $9.99. And even though Quake is a 25-year-old game, that $9.99 doesn't seem like a bad asking price at all when one considers everything that this remaster comes with. The Quake Remaster upgrades the visuals to 4K resolution and makes a variety of other graphical and audio improvements. It comes with the base game along with its expansions, The Scourge of Armagon, Dissolution of Eternity, and Dimension of the Past. And as an added bonus, Wolfenstein developer Machine Games has built a brand new Quake expansion for release with the remaster called Dimension of the Machine. The Quake story campaigns can be played in 4-player co-op locally and online, and the Versus multiplayer supports 4 players locally and 8 online, with dedicated servers. The recent success of Splitgate suggests that there is quite a big appetite for traditional arena shooters that Quake helped innovate, so it will be interesting to see how many gamers flock to the game's revitalized online multiplayer mode. With the original Quake being remastered for modern platforms, it will be interesting to see if the other games in the series get a similar treatment. Quake 2 ray tracing updates are readily available, but only on PC, so it would be interesting to see that game make the jump. And then there's Quake 3 and Quake 4 to consider as well, all of which could help pave the way for the rumored Quake reboot. Rumor has it that a Quake reboot with a female protagonist is in development at ID Software and Machine Games, though if that project exists, it has yet to actually be announced. While Quake fans wait for more information on the future of the franchise, they can dive into the remaster of the original game, which is available now. Similar to Quake, the Doom Collection gets released for the Nintendo Switch as part of QuakeCon, but comes with one extra game that the other versions weren't privy to. No matter how advanced gaming technology becomes, gamers are typically interested to return to the old classics every now and again. Even the developers are not always ready to let go of their earlier work. Just recently, the original Quake game received a big update as part of QuakeCon 2021, which saw the fast-paced, gothic shooter being given a modern polish, as well as having the expansion packs dropped in as additional goodies. On top of this update, it's also been announced that the Doom Collection is now available on the Switch, but with one added bonus. In a report posted earlier today, ID Software has taken the step to make the Doom Slayers Collection available on the Nintendo Hybrid console. Players can now download a host of Doom games, which includes the original titles that kickstarted the whole thing, as well as the more horror-focused Doom 3, and the reboot from 2016. On top of that, Switch owners will also get a copy of Doom 64, which is not available in the Slayers collection for the Xbox or PlayStation versions. While this is a nice surprise for Nintendo gamers, the addition of Doom 64 may be a little bit redundant for some. Late last year, Switch users who bought a copy of Doom Eternal also got a free copy of Doom 64, so anyone who already has the newest game might not see the benefit from the Slayers collection. It also doesn't say why Switch users are getting the extra game, but not many people are likely to have any issue with having it as part of the collection. Although the Doom reboot from 2016 and Eternal are both highly praised games, it seems as though people are not willing to turn their backs on the classics that helped shape an entire genre. Even the creative minds behind the classics are keen to return to them, as John Romero announced that he is busy working on a new add-on for Doom 2. QuakeCon is a 3-day gaming festival by ZeniMax Media, which celebrates and promotes new titles from companies owned by ZeniMax, including ID Software. The schedule was unveiled last week, detailing some of the events, such as ID celebrating 25 years of Quake, hence the big update recently. Speaking of Bethesda, The Elder Scrolls Skyrim is getting yet another upgraded version for PS5 and Xbox Series X, this time in celebration of its 10th anniversary. Few games can claim to have had the lasting impact that Skyrim has had. The fifth mainline entry in the franchise has cultivated a name for itself over the last decade as a revolutionary RPG, setting new trends in the games industry that are still apparent today. While the game was enhanced for PS4 and Xbox One years ago, it will now see improvements for the PS5 and Xbox Series X in time for its 10th anniversary. Announced during QuakeCon, The Elder Scrolls Skyrim Anniversary Edition will pack in all of the content that the game has released over the past decade and some new features, including a new fishing mechanic. How well Bethesda will support PlayStation platforms since Microsoft acquired it has been a major question, though the upgrade will be coming to both platforms as well as PC. If Bethesda wants to sell this game's edition, they should go multiplat, as their games sell more on PlayStation platforms and PC. An interesting thing to note here is that this game will not be included in Xbox Game Pass, despite the promises of Phil Spencer that every first-party game will be day and date on Game Pass. Obviously, Game Pass is affecting game sales, and to make money, Xbox is pushed to make this edition of the game multiplat and also not releasing it on Game Pass. Perhaps the most notable thing about Skyrim Anniversary Edition is that it will include 500 pieces of Creation Club content. The Creation Club is essentially a curated, premium mod list that expands on the base game. The Creation Club content is almost all high quality and greatly expands the list of weapons and armor that's featured in the game, as well as other things such as spells, quests, and more. For those that have played through the base game multiple times, the Creation Club content may just make another playthrough worth it. Anyone that owns Skyrim Special Edition will have the option to upgrade to the Anniversary Edition, which will be available on PS4 and Xbox One. The next-gen upgrades will be free for anyone that has purchased Skyrim Special Edition, or will have purchased it by the time Anniversary Edition releases. But Xbox Game Pass subscribers will not get access. The number of Skyrim ports out in the wild has become something of a meme, as the game has seen re-releases on several platforms over the past 10 years. With The Elder Scrolls 6 on the horizon, though, this could well be the last port that the game sees, unless it's fully remastered at some point in the future. To put it bluntly, Skyrim doesn't need another re-release. Skyrim is available on every major console that's come out since its release in 2011, barring the Wii U, so fans of the game and newcomers to the series have plenty of different platforms to pick the game up on. Additionally, through backward compatibility, the game is already playable on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, so an upgraded version likely won't do much to improve the game due to the sea of in-game mods available to players. Really, the upgraded version will make the game run and load better, which, while definitely a blessing, isn't necessary to get the proper experience. It just feels like overkill as so many fans expectantly wait for information and news about the next Elder Scrolls game that won't be coming until Starfield wraps up its production late next year. While the new additions to the game like fishing and survival modes seem like good inclusions for Skyrim, it almost feels like it's a little too late. Similar features have already been put in the game thanks to community-made mods, so it's almost as if Skyrim's community has already beaten Bethesda Game Studios to the punch. Again, it's no surprise to avid Skyrim fans that the game will get yet another remaster. Many have been anticipating it, in fact, though some argue that it's been re-released too many times. Better yet, though Anniversary Edition will be available as a free next-gen upgrade to those who already own Special Edition. And just as Skyrim Special Edition included numerous graphical enhancements, gamers will be expecting the leap between Special Edition and the Anniversary Edition to be immense, going beyond just 60 frames per second, 4K graphics, and the death of loading screens on PS5 and Xbox Series X consoles. AI in Skyrim may have been sophisticated back in 2011, but in 2021, NPCs are clunky at best, unintelligent at their worst. For example, dragons will often attack randomly, especially after fast traveling around the province. If the Dragonborn is located near any NPCs, especially close to cities or small towns, they'll assist the player by attacking the dragon. While it makes sense for guards to try and defend their cities and citizens, it makes very little sense for random residents like male Nord Farmer number 1 to take this kind of initiative rather than simply run away. If a thief or vampire attacks inside a city's walls, every single adult resident will engage in battle. Oftentimes, it just results in a cluster of dead NPCs, though many of them can randomly regenerate back into the game later on. It would be great to see more realistic behaviors and reactions from many of Skyrim's iconic NPCs, and maybe some even new dialogue. While it's great to hear the class arrow to the knee quote, the same lines get repetitive and old. Instead of folks walking the streets at 3 a.m., each NPC could have scheduled day-night cycles, something Cyberpunk 2077 claimed it would do, but was never able to deliver. And events that would affect an NPC's daily life, like losing a loved one or having their house destroyed during the battle at Whiterun, could trigger a difference in behavior afterward, like visiting gravesites. Graphical upgrades for Skyrim's Anniversary Edition is an obvious request, as fans will be expecting the best that the PS5 and Xbox Series X can maintain. But there are certainly specific things that players would like to see, pushing Bethesda's hit towards realism akin to The Last of Us Part 2 in the way of visuals, which often tie into the physics of objects and environmental elements. For example, the weather in Skyrim is somewhat diverse thanks to the snowy setting, though it often turns into hours of plodding through a white tundra, but there are a number of ways it can improve, and even the smallest enhancements can make the world look all the more realistic. Early morning fog, especially near Skyrim's coasts, would add an eeriness to its gorgeous scenery. In modern day, it's normal to see characters get wet when standing in the rain or covered in snow in a blizzard. Body reactions in the form of movement would help this realism even more so. Many modders have also added thick snow to trees, which, while gorgeous, simply makes sense. Other enhancements like newer textures, shading, updated lighting physics such as the way light travels and reflects off of objects, and atmospheric particles were seen in Skyrim, Special Edition, but can be taken further thanks to how far technology has come since. And of course, Skyrim would do well to adopt new, more lifelike facial structures for both NPCs and character creation. The upgraded version is scheduled to release on the game's proper 10th anniversary, so fans will be able to play it on November 11, 2021. That's not too long of a wait, so fans should start preparing to take a jaunt through the towering mountains and frozen reaches of Skyrim now, as the upgrade will be here before fans know it. Just look out for dragons, frost trolls, and the smattering of other enemies that make Skyrim such a harsh place to live. And that's all for the video, guys. Like and share the video for a greater audience. Comment your thoughts on the topics, and donations are always appreciated. Subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon, and until then from SMPV, it's goodbye.